Hello, friends. In recent days, you may have heard about killer whale incidents, also known as orcas. These magnificent creatures are the largest members of the dolphin family. Males can reach up to 8 meters in length, while females grow to around 7 meters. Lately, there have been reports of orcas attacking boats, creating the perception that they pose a threat to humans. Imagine this. A fishing boat is making its way across the open ocean. The horizon is veiled in mist. The crew is busy hauling in their nets just like any other day. Suddenly, on the starboard side, a massive shadow appears beneath the surface. Then, a towering dorsal fin, 2 meters long, cuts through the water like a black blade. The boat rocks slightly with the waves. The crew holds its breath. A deep rumble rises from below, followed by the powerful sound of an exhale. Orcas begin circling the vessel. For a moment, panic sets in. What if they hit the boat? What if we capsize? But then the great predator simply circles, curious, studying, trying to understand the stranger in its ocean. Minutes later, the pod takes one last lap around the boat before vanishing into the depths. The crew exhales in relief. In that moment, they realize these animals are not our enemies. The real threat begins when we invade their habitat. There is still no significant evidence that wild orcas pose a danger to humans. Let me ask you, if you were swimming in the ocean and suddenly saw one of these giants, what would you do? Most likely, you'd try to get out of the water as fast as possible. But the truth is, you don't need to be afraid. Although they are apex predators, orcas usually behave with curiosity and caution when they encounter people. Divers and researchers have swum alongside them countless times, observing them up close. Nearly all of these encounters have proven harmless. In fact, orcas tend to become aggressive only when kept in captivity. In the wild, such incidents are extremely rare because orcas have no natural predators. They are the true rulers of the sea. In the cold Arctic waters, orcas use astonishingly clever strategies to hunt. They create waves to break ice and force prey into the water. And they never hunt alone. They live in family groups known as pods. These pods are not led by males, but by mothers. It is the matriarchs who pass down knowledge and hunting techniques to the younger generations. One group may corral fish into tight balls, drawing circles around them before striking one by one. But in another part of the world, the same species might use completely different tactics. Each pod develops strategies unique to its environment. This is orca culture. Now imagine witnessing their hunt from the edge of the ice. A seal rests on a frozen platform, thinking it's safe. But deep below, black and white shadows approach. The orcas gather silently, perfectly synchronized. The leader gives a signal. The attack begins. Massive bodies surge forward together, creating a wave that crashes into the ice. The seal scrambles to hold on, but the ice shakes, cracks, and the seal tumbles into the water. A moment of chaos, then silence. The hunt is over. The prey is theirs. What you've just seen is not only raw power, but also intelligence, teamwork, and patience. Orcas are not just strong. They are incredibly intelligent. In aquariums, they have demonstrated problem-solving skills, mimicry, and the ability to learn new behaviors. Each pod even has its own dialect, communicating through clicks, whistles, and echoes. Their intelligence is tied deeply to their need for freedom. To understand them is, in a way, to understand the very soul of the ocean. They are not just hunters. They are family members, teachers, and carriers of culture. We sometimes ask ourselves, could these animals ever be dangerous to us? But perhaps we should ask the opposite. Are we more dangerous to them? Today, the greatest threats to orcas are pollution, noise from ships, and the depletion of fish stocks. In some regions, they are still hunted. Thanks to conservation projects and international laws, their populations are being monitored and protected, but the struggle continues.